Maybe he'll do something. Good morning. Welcome to the Two Dumb Yinzers. This is episode 355. 355. Good morning, everybody. A lot of sports today to talk about. We got some things we're going to talk about. However, I do want to make a quick note before we do get started, everybody. Over the past week, there's been more senseless violence here in the Pittsburgh area amongst our young. I do want to throw this out there for anybody who has children. Admission to 3 Pittsburgh museums will be free through the entire month of August. You want to get your kids out of the house, you want to get them to do something, because kids don't have anything to do. I can vouch for that. The Endy Warhol Museum, the Children's Museum here in Pittsburgh, and also the Heinz History Center, they all have free admission through the whole month of August. It celebrates the museum's winning honors in the USA Today's. They were among the nation's best art, history, and children's museum in the country. So, get the kids out of the house, because, again, it isn't even like when we were kids, which was, feels like a million years ago, but it wasn't that long ago. We had things to do. These kids, they don't have things. They don't even have swimming pools anymore. I see that a lot of swimming pools aren't even in the towns. Get your kids out of the house. Let's do some stuff, man. It's getting out of control. Things may or may not be able to be done to control this or handle this, but there's no excuse. In Pittsburgh, you could take your kids to see the Children's Museum, the Heinz History Center, which is amazing, and again, the Endy Warhol Museum, which, it's a good stuff. So let's get these kids out and do some stuff, man. It's getting pretty bad, and it's sad. It's sad to see these are kids killing kids and losing their lives way too early. So go check those 3 things out. They are free. You have no excuse. Endy Warhol Museum, the Children's Museum, the Heinz History Center, all free through the entire month of August, people. So let's get out and go see some things. Good morning, everybody. Yeah, it's Monday. Welcome back. I want to say good morning to the panel. Good morning, Mike.
Good morning.
Good morning, Derpy.
Good morning.
You fine specimens. Here we are back at the show. Again, this is episode 356. We do got some things to talk about today. I'm going to start. You know what I'm going to start? I'm going to start a little different today. I want to touch on something. Yesterday at the end of the show, Derpy chimes in and he says, "You know what? I just want to mention that this is John Stallworth's birthday." And I just want to say the reason I don't do this is because there's a birthday every day, it seems like. And I just don't have the capacity to keep up with everybody's birthday. And it's if one brings it up, that's fine. However, then we have to, we have to figure out whose birthday it is every single day of the year. But with that being said, it was also Gary Anderson's birthday.
Gary Anderson.
And with Gary Anderson's birthday, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about Gary Anderson. I don't think people, especially in these younger generations, realize how great, not how good, how great the former Pittsburgh Steelers place kicker, Gary Anderson, really was. Mike, Derpy, I'm going to give you some numbers. And let me tell you, if this doesn't blow your mind, I'll be surprised. Gary Anderson, whose birthday was yesterday, he is still to this day, 2023, the Steelers' all-time leading scorer. Believe it or not, Gary Anderson, we're number 1 on his chest. He's number 1 in our heart. He is still the Steelers' all-time leading scorer.
That's insane.
It is insane.
Like, what's the last time he kicked in here? What, the late 90s?
It was in the 90s.
That was the last time he kicked here.
And we've done a lot of good things since he's been gone. It isn't like this franchise has been struggling.
Yeah.
We've done a lot of amazing things since he's been here. Also, he has the 3rd most points in NFL history. There you have it. Gary Anderson, the South African-born kicker, longtime Pittsburgh Steeler. He has the 3rd most points in NFL history.
That is nuts. Gary Anderson. He was one of my favorite Steelers growing up. It's because he was just that weird little guy to come out and make these amazing kicks. Back then how far he was kicking back in the day. My God, nowadays, that's all, every kicker should make those kicks that he was making. But at the time, they were long kicks.
Mike, do you recall the face mask that he wore? It was just
that single
one
bar, low down.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. He came to our school once when we were kids. It was awesome because again, he was a great kicker. Getting to see him and those kind of things. Number 3 on his list of Gary Anderson facts. He was on the all-decade team.
Yes.
From both the 80s and the 90s. 80s and the 90s was on the NFL all-decade team.
How is he not in the Hall of Fame?
Yeah, right. It's a
more kickers and punters should be in the Hall of Fame.
Absolutely.
I want to say how important it is. It's a third of the game, but yet they never get the recognition that they deserve. Only if they miss a kick or make a game-winning kick. That's the only
time. If that kickers get recognition, they made this game-winning kick. They missed that one. They should have made it, and then they're forgotten about.
Mike, every touchdown, the points help a team win a game.
Yeah.
So if a team gets to the 25-yard line and can't punch it in or get any further,
those 3 points are huge.
Those 3 points are huge, especially if you win by 30-28, and you don't even put those 3 points into consideration when you're looking at the final score because
How many times have you seen a game where a team wins like 15-14 and all the points were from the kicker?
If your kicker wouldn't have been as good as he was, you would have lost 14-0.
Yeah. It's nuts. Like, more kickers should be in the Hall of Fame. Like the Andersons, Morton Anderson, Gary Anderson should be in the Hall of Fame. When he hangs it up, the kicker down in Baltimore, help me out, name slipping my head. Tucker, he should be in the Hall of Fame. He should be a first ballot Hall of Famer. This dude might be the greatest kicker of all time. More kickers should be in the Hall of Fame.
On top of being on the all NFL all-decade team from both the 80s and 90s, he is on the Steelers all-time team, which you figure is filled with a lot of great names.
A ton of great names.
He has the second most points in a season, the record for the second most points in a season without a touchdown. Without a touchdown. He has the second most points in a season. He also is tied. There's no way to beat this. It's always going to be the best. The highest season field goal percentage where he went 100% in a season. Tied for first. No one could ever be better than that. 100% field goals in a season. Let's see. And finally, he's tied on the Steelers for most field goals made in a game, which is 6. He kicked 6 field goals in a game, which is tied atop. So there you have it. And as I said, I don't generally talk about guys on their birthday, but I found this to be a special occasion. And again, Derpy, don't stop. If it's somebody's birthday, bring it up, because I'm not following it. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it's a bad thing.
My question is, why isn't he in the top 5 of all-time Steelers on anybody's list?
Yeah, because people forgot about him.
He's a kicker. All kickers suck. You don't
only remember the names
you
you hear constantly, which are about 1,000 names from the 70s and about 5 names from the past 20 years. Besides for that, Gary Anderson should be on this, coming out of anybody's mouth they're ever talking about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Again, Gary Anderson is the all-time leading scorer for this Pittsburgh Steelers football team.
I want to say about like 20 some other teams, Gary Anderson would be like a top 5 player in that team.
Yeah.
Easily. You would, because, but like a team like the Steelers, you got to figure teams like the Steelers, the Cowboys, the 49ers. These are marquee franchises that have been great for decades.
Absolutely.
So it's hard for guys to make the list, but you figure if this guy was on like the Browns, he would be in their top 5. He
would be their all-time best player. It would be Gary Anderson, James Brown, and Otto
Graham. He would be their top guy. Yeah. On the Colts, he would be. It would be like Peyton Manning, Marvin Harrison, Edgerrin James, Gary Anderson, Dwight Freeney.
So again, all-time leading scorer for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Gary Anderson. Third most points in NFL history.
That's nuts, because you figure quarterbacks, and if they throw every touchdown they throw, that's 6 points.
All decade
coming out kicking, every time he kicks is like 1 to 3 points. This is
in the NFL all decade team, 80s and 90s.
Yeah,
Steelers all time. He was named the Steelers all time team. second most points in a season without a touchdown, highest field goal percentage in a season record. You can't top it. He has 100% in one of his seasons. I don't know if it was more or not, but we do know that at least one time.
But the bad thing is that one was that year with Minnesota, and the one that he missed in
the NFC Championship game.
Yeah,
could have sent them to the Super Bowl. Atlanta
goes
Super Bowl, blown out by Denver.
That offense should have scored more points. Oh my God, that was what Culpepper and Randy Moss and Chris Carter.
I don't know if it was Chris Carter still on that team.
I think he was. It may have been Chris Carter's last year.
And finally, most Steeler field goals made in a game. He had a total of 6, which is tied for the top. So there you go, everybody. Gary Anderson, a much forgotten name in the Berg, but you know what? I'm gonna remember you, Gary. I'll always remember you.
Yeah, he's my all-time favorite kicker.
What's that, Mike?
Joey Anderson. He had that weird South African accent.
He had the South African accent.
It just sounded weird.
You know what? I don't like doing this, but I'm going to hop. We're going to hop around a little bit because we have some Hopkins to do today. But what I'm going to do before we reach the DeAndre Hopkins news, we're going to go back to baseball for a second because there is a lot of baseball going on today. Mm-hmm. You'd think, okay, the Pirates just got swept out of the All-Star break by the San Francisco Giants, losing 8-4 yesterday. So you know what do we got to talk about, right? But you know what, there's a lot to talk about.
Oh yeah.
Of course, the young Bucks are going to be at it tonight. We have three guys making their major league debut. Of course, the starter for tonight, Quinn, he's going to be on the hill, getting his major league debut on the hill against the Cleveland Guardians. Also, the highly anticipated Endy Rodriguez. We've all been calling for this guy for months now. And he's gonna play behind the plate, which is freaking awesome. And also Liover Peguero, who's a shortstop from our pipeline system, is going to be up tonight. I'm excited. I think they should do this. I think they should play Palacios in right field. They should put Henry Davis at first base, Nick Gonzalez at second base, Troyolo at third. Start the three guys. I say you start all three of these guys tonight. You bring them in, you start them.
Do it.
Put Endy behind the plate. Put Guerrero at shortstop. Start your pitcher, and then in the DH put Choi. And then the other two positions, which would be right field or center field and left field, I say you start Reynolds and you start Jack Sawinski, just to get a look at the young Bucks. You want to see this young Bucks team? This is the team you're going to see moving forward. The Castros are going to be gone one day. All these players are going to be gone. Santana's, 100 years old. He can only be around so much longer. You get a chance, watch this game tonight. It's against the Cleveland Guardians, who come into Pittsburgh with a 45-48 record. I think it's going to be a good game. Game 1 of 3 tonight, 7:05. The Young Bucks versus the Cleveland Guardians. Check it out.
I'm excited. I want to see all these guys in there. And if Austin Hedges is playing and you're sitting out either Davis or Endy Rodriguez, a head should roll immediately.
Yeah.
Because there's no excuse now to have Austin Hedges out there. But, they'll make the excuse of, oh, you know what? We got a young pitcher out there, so we want the veteran catcher out there. No, you put the guys out there, like you said, you put all the young guys out there, let them learn and grow together. This season's over anyway. Let them see what let's see what they can do. Because as I saw on Twitter, I think Mark Aboli was like, hey, this can be either the beginning or the beginning of the end, because there's no one else in the pipeline.
You're right.
Our number one prospect, he's only 19 years old. He's probably
drying the well tonight, guys.
Yeah, he's 2 to 3 years away from coming in. So the guys that are up here now, these were our, I think 4 out of our top 5 prospects have now all been called up.
Now, how
got to see what they can do and get them out there.
But how could we make this big switch? Because this Pirates team now, they are 3 games better than they were this time last year. 3 games better than they were this time last year. So should we or should we not, mess around with this lineup?
Of course we should. Mess around because it's when you start 20-8 and then lose 40 out of the next 60. You got to. They have to do something because the season is a complete loss. O'Neal Cruz, my God, he just started throwing, light tossing from 60 feet away.
Yeah.
He hasn't even started hitting, hasn't started anything. So he's going to probably be done for the year. Get these guys out there. Let's see what they can do.
I want to see the Young Bucks tonight.
Yeah. I want to see,
and it gets better. Who's better to play? You got Cleveland coming to town. It isn't, I like this. And we also have Mitch Keller on the hill tomorrow.
Yeah,
I believe it's Rich Hill following that, which he's become a disaster. This guy, geez,
I think it is Hill.
What's that?
I think it is
too.
Yeah.
And his problem is he's kind of, in a sense, getting worse because, people were having a lot of trouble keeping up with the timing on his throws because he has such an unorthodox style of pitching where he's almost just lobbing it over the plate now. I mean, he's just throwing 70 miles an hour over the plate. I don't understand how this isn't becoming a huge problem in the major leagues, but you know what? We're almost down to a third of the season, guys. It's almost football season. Hang in there. We got this.
It is so close. In 2 days, I believe I read the New York Jets open training camp.
There you go. The
open
Jets
training camp. So 2 days away, football season starts.
The Steelers start camp in 10 days. They have a preseason game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in 25 days. And then they start the regular season, I believe 8 or 7 Sundays from yesterday, something like that. It's 55 days away. The Steelers play San Francisco on opening day for the Steelers. I can't wait. Everybody can't wait, I think. And especially with the way this Pirates team is. And if you're a sports fan in Pittsburgh, people are just, they're craving football.
I can't wait. And my favorite offseason storyline will start at training camp. Which undrafted free agent is going to go on to be a Hall of Famer for the Pittsburgh Steelers? Every year, we have that guy that people say, look out for this undrafted guy. He's going to be the next big thing. And they really don't make the roster, but they're a fun story to talk about through training camp. Because, you figure 90% of the roster set, but I always love the undrafted guy that comes out of nowhere for a little bit.
What I'm really excited about, guys, is just the moves and the everything they've done in this offseason as far as free agency, the draft, of course. Preseason is going to be a lot of fun this year. Opposed, to the past where preseason was preseason for the Steelers, you pretty much what it's going to be. This year, there's a lot of faces, and I'm not talking about new faces that are coming in. These are important faces. These are faces that are going to be standing in the middle of your defense in big play situations. We're going to see a bunch of new guys. I think we've got about half of our team is a different set of fellas than it was last year. So it's going to be very, very fun this year. Preseason is going to be a lot of fun.
Yeah, I can't wait to see. Hopefully, our top 2 rookies get a chance to start immediately. Hopefully,
I want to see Benton
and Jerry Porter Jr. get off to a hot start and force the Steelers to play them. Keanu Benton, I think he might have the longer way to go between the other two, because the D line's pretty good. It has some depth to it, and usually seems to defensive linemen take longer to start for the Steelers in the 3-4. But he has an advantage. He played 3-4 in college, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, they say Benton. He's a terror. He's for a quarterback. Got to watch out for this guy. So lot of intriguing things to be keeping our eye open for. Again, that is only 10 days away till camp and 25 days to preseason. Let me finish up baseball. Yeah, and here's the thing: football is so weighted on our mind. I keep sliding out of baseball here, Mike. So bear with me. The Pirates, they did lose yesterday, 8-4. They had a combined 7 pitchers throw this game. The Pirates threw 7 different pitchers in an 8-4 loss. And none of these pitchers, get this, none of these pitchers, not even the starter, Osvaldo Bido, threw more than 2.2 innings. He was the longest amount of innings pitched for this Pirates team yesterday. You can't like where this team is going. They have to, well, they're not going to do anything. So, basically football has to get here quick.
Yeah, it needs to be here fast.
Bido finished up with 2 innings, 2.2 innings, 2 innings and 2/3, 4 hits he gave up, 3 earned runs, 2 walks, and 3 Ks. Andrew McCutchen and Henry Davis both have 2 hits. And again, as I said yesterday, this team is 3 games better than they were last year. So if you're hanging on a prayer, there you have it.
3 games better after starting 20-8.
41-52 is where we're at right now. We're 10. Mike, Derpy, get this. And then I'll move on, okay? The division plays out like this. The Brewers seem to be running away with it in a sense. They're only 2 games up on the Reds at this point, but it's a little bit of a turnaround from where it was going into the All-Star break. The Reds were on the up. The Brewers were on the down. Now they're back playing one another. So you got Milwaukee at the top of the division. The Reds in second place with they're 2 games out. They're playing San Francisco this week. The Cubbies are 8 games out. They're playing the Nationals. Of course, your Pittsburgh Pirates, everybody, they're 10.5 games out of first place. And finally, the St. Louis Cardinals are 11.5 games. So by the end of this day, the Cardinals play the Marlins. We play the Indians, the Guardians. I'm sorry. by the end of this day, depending on what happens, we could be in dead last.
I'm rooting for it, boys. I'm rooting for another top 5 draft pick. Let's go.
I know.
Let's go, baby.
Yeah. So there you have it, everybody. 10.5 games out. We were looking for a little bit of a different result after the All-Star break. However, that is not happening. They lost 3 in a row right out the gut. There's just not much hope. Not much hope left for this team right now. 10.5 games. They could be in last place by this time tomorrow. All right. DeAndre Hopkins, fellas. DeAndre Hopkins, as Derpy said, as we were coming on the air, this gentleman, this one of my favorite wide receivers in the history of the game, he did get signed yesterday after we got off the air. He is going to Tennessee for 2 years. And you know what? I'm totally fine with that. This is one place that DeAndre Hopkins could have went that is totally fine with me. It's not going to affect the Steelers one bit. Unless they edge us out for some kind of wild card spot or something crazy. But you know what? I'm not concerned about DeAndre Hopkins one bit. I'm happy for him. I hope he goes to Tennessee and has the best year ever.
Yeah, and him going there, that was actually a blessing in disguise for the Steelers, because he was rumored to go to the Browns or the Ravens. We would have to face him twice a year. Now we only have to face him once. So
we play the Titans?
Yeah, we play the Titans this year.
Okay.
So we only have to face them once. So that's good. But that team is not that good. I'm more worried about Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
But
Derrick Henry is Derrick Henry.
Yeah, but he's starting to get up there in age, and running backs, once they hit a certain age, they do tend to fall off. But he's still going to be effective, and not much really on Tennessee scares me besides King Henry. And with the Andre Hopkins coming onto the team, he now leads that team in career touchdowns. Guess who's number 2 on career receiving touchdowns for the Tennessee Titans?
Number 2 receiving touchdowns for the Tennessee Titans. Now, this goes all
on
the way
this
back
active on this active roster.
I will say Derrick Henry.
Mike Vrabel with 12.
Oh wow.
Their coach who was a linebacker, has more receiving touchdowns than their number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 receivers.
See, this is why the Tennessee Titans, that they don't even cross my mind when I think of the season, especially this year.
Yeah.
And I just want to say, interesting enough, remember yesterday how we had the segment where we were guessing who had the best helmets in the league, who had the worst. Get this. I also came across ChatGPT's uniforms, who has the best and worst uniforms. The Tennessee Titans come in at number 32. 32 in the league with uniforms.
That's actually shocking.
Yeah. 32. So there you go. They have DeAndre Hopkins, but they have the worst uniforms in the league. So there you have it. You guys want to hear more?
Yeah, I don't think they're that bad, though.
All right.
I don't think they're that bad.
We do got a little time. We have a little time. You want me to start from the top or from the bottom?
Start from the bottom. Let's just roast them.
All right.
31 all the way down to the
32 is Tennessee Titans. I'm sorry. They have, by the opinion of ChatGPT, the AI, the worst uniform in the league. Number 31 is the Jacksonville Jaguars.
I actually like the Jaguars uniforms. I like that color scheme.
I don't think they're terrible. You're right. Number 30, Cleveland, the Browns.
Yes, exactly.
Worst uniform.
I think they might be the worst. I'm not saying that just because I'm a Steeler fan. That's ugly uniform.
I like that little munchkin that they start putting on. They took them off already.
Yeah.
Now they got that stupid dog face. And
bring back Brownie or Brownlee or whatever his name was.
Yeah, I want Bronson back. Number 29, the New York Jets, on the ChatGPT's worst uniforms in the league. 29th, fourth worst.
That makes sense.
New York Jets. 28 is the Washington Commanders.
Yeah.
27, Mike, here's one that I know you like, the Cincinnati Bengals.
I like their uniform. Oh, yeah, the black and orange. I like them. They're nice uniform, man. They are nice and slim, streamlined. I like them. They should be 26, higher, man.
Tampa Bay, whose old uniforms I would agree with. The creamsicle uniforms, which they are going to wear this year at some point. Tampa Bay is the 26th worst uniform in the league. 25. Now, this one I agree with. I was going to say this yesterday when we were talking about helmets. I think it's a very cheap looking uniform. I think they could have done something with it over the years at some point. The Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah.
You have black and red as your primary colors. How the hell can you mess up a uniform? I mean, that's a great
And
color
it's just got this
combination.
plain white helmet with that.
Yeah.
I never really.
Yeah, they can do a whole hell of a lot better.
They've never changed that helmet in my life, as plain as it is.
Yeah.
The next team, the 24th. Again, we're going backwards. This is the worst.
Oh yeah, those old Patriot helmets with that little dude on it, well, they were terrible.
Yeah. 24th, guys. Now remember, we're going backwards, so they're getting better. 32 is the
Allegedly.
worst. Allegedly. The Carolina Panthers. The Panthers.
See, I like the Panthers uniforms. I like them.
24 is all right for them.
Yeah, they're mid for me. 23, who's got one better according to Chat GPT than the Carolina Panthers, is the Detroit Lions. The Detroit Lions.
That low.
That low.
Well, yeah. Now that I'm picturing it,
I like their new ones.
Their new ones with the black in it is nice.
Yeah,
I
but
think
now
that the traditional.
the silver ones, they kind of look played out. They should have stayed in the 80s. They should have updated somehow.
I like those. You know what? When they go plain, I like the plain that they do on Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah,
it's that plain. If they're gonna go with that, but you know what? That traditional uniform, it's real bad because again, that's a uniform that never changed through the whole course of my life either, and there's nothing great about it. Next, number 22 on the list is the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
21.
Nothing special.
The Atlanta Falcons.
Again, black, red, and white.
How the hell black and terrible red? I'll never know. I'll never know.
Yes, P. The Panthers helmet. Fuck yeah. I'm with you. I like that logo.
What number at?
We are on number 20. This is the 20th. And again, we're moving backwards on the opinion of Chat GPT, the AI. Its opinions on the best looking uniforms, and we're going backwards. Number 32 was Tennessee. We're at number 20 now. Number 20 is the LA Chargers. The Chargers have the 20th best uniform in the league.
Oh no, okay. We're probably obviously not talking about the powder blues because the powder blues are easily top 5, top 3 maybe. So their standard ones, all right. I can kind of see where they're coming from, but if we're talking the powder blues are top tier.
Number 19 best, number 13 worst is the New Orleans Saints. Again, how you mess up a black uniform is beyond me, but on this particular list, according to the AI, is the Saints.
I like their color rush.
Their color rushes are nice. There's not many bad color rush uniforms.
I want to see a top list of the color rush uniforms. Number 18, the Buffalo Bills. The Bills.
Yeah. See,
I'm not real.
So we haven't heard the Giants yet. So that's implying that the Giants are better than these uniforms. I say no. The Bills uniforms are better than the Giants uniforms, and they have like the similar colors. I think the Bills uniforms are better.
Number 17 is the Indianapolis Colts.
See, I like the Colts. They're plain, they're simple. They remind me the blue and white. That's my high school team's color. That's my college team's color. I think
sounds about right for them. 17.
Number 16.
Is this your god, Gen Z?
This is
it's my new god. I love
Chat
all this
GPT
AI stuff.
God.
It is so bad. I love it, P. It's perfect.
Number 16 is the Miami Dolphins, which I never liked this uniform. I don't know.
Yeah. That stupid little dolphin on the side of the helmet now.
And then when you call it a fish, people always have to correct you and say it's a mammal. I hate that conversation. Number 15, the Seattle Seahawks.
Overrated uniform.
Number 14 is the LA Rams. Now, again, we're getting close to the better of the uniforms.
I think the Bills are better.
Number 13, the Minnesota Vikings. I know Derpy had his eye on the Vikings yesterday. He mentioned their names a couple times. He must like their unis.
That's not bad. I dig their uniforms.
Number 13 on the list is the Minnesota Vikings, the 12th best uniform on the list, which I like. The team I hate, the uniforms I dig. The Baltimore Ravens, the 12th best uniform, the 20th worst uniform. The Baltimore Ravens.
Oh God, when you see them, like if the Steelers are playing home or away, you see those jerseys, you get fired up and you get ready to go. I like them. Good color scheme.
Number 11 Again, we're going backwards. According to Chat GPT, the AI, they say the 11th best uniform in the league is the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, I like the Eagles.
Not a bad uniform.
No,
It's gotten better over the years.
it has. Oh god,
The
back
darker
in
it
the 80s,
got,
90s
the better.
yeah, the darker it gets, the better.
I like the
Number,
Eagles, the light
number
green.
10 overall. This is the 10 best uniform in the league. 22nd worst, the Denver Broncos.
Oh, that needs to be way lower. Those things are fucking hideous. Hideous.
Did you like the old ones with the orange jerseys and the?
I like the old
No.
ones.
I
No?
never liked their jerseys. They should be a whole hell of a lot lower. They are hideous.
Number 9, the Kansas City Chiefs. They have the
All right.
9th best uniform
I like them.
in the league.
I like them. They're not
Number-
the greatest, but they're all right.
Number
good.
8, the New England Patriots.
No, they are god awful.
Number 7, the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders.
A classic uniform.
It's classic.
It's classic. Black, silver, and black, baby.
Yeah.
You know, you can't. They finally someone got a color scheme right with the black in it. Is where they should be.
Number 6, Mike. This one's going to blow your mind. I'm convinced this is going to blow your mind.
The Giants.
It is the Giants. Number 6,
That's-
best uniform in the league is the Giants,
Not
which I feel is one of the most generic looking uniforms in the league.
They're terrible.
They're
They
terrible.
look like something you would get in, create a team in Madden. This is
Yeah.
what we're giving you. You deal with it.
Number 5, we're down to the last of the best 5 uniforms in the league. We did helmets yesterday. Today we're
Oh,
doing
wow.
uniforms. This is according to Chat GPT, which is the AI, the god of the millennials and Generation Z, as P says on the board here. We went from 32 to 6 backwards. 32. The worst uniform in the league was the Tennessee Titans. We are now at number 5, guys. Counting down. The 5th best uniform in the league, according to Chat GPT, is the Chicago Bears. Bears.
Like I said yesterday, I don't like their helmet, but the whole combo from head to toe all together, I like it.
Mike, check P's last comment. I think that's funny. I'm going to move forward.
It does. Yes, that orange color makes me nauseous as well.
It's very nauseating. I would agree. Number 4. This is the 4th best uniform in the league. You ready?
Ready.
We're down. I'm going to tell you this. We're down to 4 teams. I'm going to give you the 4 teams we have left. I'm going to just randomly, let me just look. Dallas, Pittsburgh, Green Bay, San Francisco are your 4 teams left in the top four uniforms in the NFL. Green Bay, Pittsburgh, Dallas, San Francisco. The 4th best uniform in the league is the 49ers. They got a nice uniform.
They do. They the red, the gold. I like it. Not my favorite, but they're all right. I think they're a little high. The helmet is better than the entire ensemble.
On the board, P likes Cincinnati. The Bengals actually came in.
I do like the Bengals, man.
The Bengals kind of came in kind of low, P. I don't know if you missed it or what, but the Bengals came in at 27, the 27th best, which put them at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th worst. I don't agree with that, especially their new alternate uniforms. I think their new alternate helmets are banging. I like those, but let's go down to number 3. We're down to the top 3 uniforms in the NFL. It comes to the Pittsburgh Steelers, the Dallas Cowboys, the Green Bay Packers. Do you guys want to take a pick on who do you think is going to be number 3?
Steelers.
The Steelers is going to be number 3
because they were number 1 in helmets, and I think they're going to get knocked down to 3 in unis.
Okay, what do you think, Derpy? Who's going to be number 3? Dallas, Green Bay, or Pittsburgh?
I'm gonna go Dallas.
Dallas. The 3rd best uniform in the league, the 29th worst, is the Dallas Cowboys.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
I think that these uniforms are dumb anyway.
But they're iconic. They're very
white.
Iconic.
They never wear their black.
Yeah.
I can't.
49ers
people.
would have fit in as extras in Flash Gordon.
Yeah,
That
you're right.
is a fucking comment of the decade right there. That is great.
Down to 2. We're down to 2. The last 2. The 2 best uniforms in the league, according to the Chat GPT. Number 2, the Pittsburgh Steelers have the second best uniform, or second best uniform. Sorry, overall, which makes the Green Bay Packers the best.
Ugh.
You know, can you get any more nauseating than the
green and yellow? Oh, disgusting. Black and gold is iconic.
Absolutely.
Silver and
Super
black
Bowl
is
45 was a
iconic.
fluke.
Absolutely. To both of those things.
It was a fluke because our defense couldn't cover a tight end where we knew
Look
it was
at this.
going every play.
He says on the board, he says Green Bay looks like a jar of pickles.
That's he's not wrong. Okay, he is not wrong at all.
I love P's commentary. He always has amazing stuff. Jar of pickles. Like, why don't you go and tell everybody about the website?
Well, let me yawn first. I even had a good night's sleep, and I'm still tired.
The segue into the website was amazing.
Exactly. Yinzers. Fuck you. Yinzers.com. Head on over there. Everything you need for us. We have more links than what's down there. More links to where to watch us, listen to us, your favorite platform, more or less. Will you find us there? Everything at twodumyinzers.com. I do like the day you did the website read when we were fighting about Kenny Pickett.
Yeah. I could have just killed you that day.
I know. That's why I kept going.
We're going to do a little trivia today. This trivia here is going to be kind of a disadvantage to Mike, I think, because Derpy is a Cleveland Guardians fan. And of course, we're playing the Guardians tonight, the Pittsburgh Pirates I'm talking about. And we always go trivia on the team that the Pirates are playing against. So this next 3 days, the trivia will be Cleveland Guardian trivia, which of course can also be Cleveland Indian trivia, because it could go pack. Real quick, Derpy, when did this team turn into the Guardians? Well, how long has this been now?
Last year.
Last year. Okay. Just wanted to make that clear because I didn't know. I don't retain. So here goes the question of the day, everybody. This is a Cleveland Indians/Guardians trivia question. I think it's a pick. I picked an easy enough one for day one. So you ready, guys?
I'm ready.
Here we go. What was the nickname for the Cleveland Municipal Stadium, which served as the team's home from 1932 to 1993? Again, let me read this question for you. What was the nickname for the Cleveland Municipal Stadium, which served as the team's home from 1932 to 1993? Go ahead and think this one over, guys. We're live. We're live every day. There's not a day we're not live. Monday through Sunday, 11:30 every day, right here. You can catch us. And if you miss us right here live, you can watch us anytime because this is always available. But the podcast does go up over on Spotify at 8 o'clock every day. Every day in the evening, you can catch this show in podcast form over on Spotify. Go check it out.
Oh, P's trying to get us to fight right now.
Love him. I love this P.
Future Hall of Famer Kenny Pickett.
I couldn't agree more, but we're not going to talk about that today. Thank you, P. A nice try. The question of the day is this. What was the nickname of the Cleveland Municipal Stadium, which served as the team's home from 1932 to 1993? P on the board says the TP, which is not a bad guess.
That's not a bad guess. I'm jumping on that bandwagon right
Mike,
now.
I'm coming to you now. Is that what you want to go with? You want to go
I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with the TP.
The TP. Now, all right. So Derpy says, Mike says the TP. P says the TP. Derpy, what do you think? What was the nickname for the Cleveland Municipal Stadium?
I wasn't born yet, so I'm just going to go Mistake by the Lake.
Mistake by the Lake. And is that your final answer?
Yeah.
All right. So Mike and P say the TP. Derpy says Mistake by the Lake, which I couldn't agree with more. What was the nickname for the Cleveland Municipal Stadium, which served as the team's home from 1932 to 1993? The answer is the Mistake by the Lake. Yes, I love it. I love it. You guys want to hear the other options it gave? I didn't give the options, and you'll see why. But the other options for this, for you to choose from was the Mistake by the Lake, the Heartache by the Lake, the Fake by the Lake, and the Stank by the Lake was your four choices. Heartache, Fake, Stank, and Mistake were your four choices. And you nailed that one, Derpy. It was the Mistake by the Lake. And the reason being, it was known for biting cold wind on hot summer nights, mayflies, and swarms of midges.
The midges.
Yeah, which must be a Cleveland thing because I have no idea what a midge is. So If you would like to,
it's an annoying bug. Let's just say that. When
I thought that was the population of Cleveland, but you know what? I might be wrong, guys. Mike, before I ask you, do you have anything to say? I do have one thing to say. I found this story kind of interesting before we go. Do you recall in 2015 this meme that come out? What color is this dress? It's blue, is it silver, is it gold?
Oh,
Is it
I've seen this.
The guy that came up with this meme back in 2015 got charged for attempted murder on his wife. Apparently, he's been abusive to his wife over the years. And it just got to the point where he tried to kill her. But there you go. That blue dress that you see, and you're probably going to see a million times in your life because I just seen it recently. Again, what color is this dress? Is it blue? Is it black? Is it gold? Is it yellow? Is it whatever? The gentleman that did put the original meme out is going to prison for attempted murder on his wife. So there you have that.
Hey, there.
Finish the show on a high
Learn
note.
something every day.
Mistake by the Lake, Northern Illinois has entered the chat.
Oh man,
He is on fire today. He's in rare form.
He is on rare form. We need this guy writing for the show. These jokes would be great every day to keeps. But hey, Mike, you got anything before we take off for the day?
Yes, Madden ratings are coming out, and if you're on Twitter complaining about them, you're a little bitch.
Derpy.
There's this thing called roster editor. You can make your players better if you want, and you hit save. Don't be a little bitch.
There you go, Derpy. What do you got for us, man?
Super Bowl 45 was a fluke.
Okay.
And we're due.
I'm going to say that we are due. I'm also going to say there's only 10 days till camp, 25 days till the first preseason game, and 55 days till the opener against the 49ers. I can't wait. On the board, some hilarious things going on now. If you want to keep up with this.
No Cleveland talk.
No Cleveland talk. We got Cleveland fans. We got a lot of things going on. But we do want to thank everybody for checking us out. We appreciate each and every one of you. I swear we do. For Derpy, Mike, myself, the two